Hey guys, today I want to talk about the Bushcraft Trifecta, or the three most important tools you can have that make jobs the easiest. Now, I'm filming this now because I'm going to be on vacation for a little bit, so I'm looking to get a couple videos ahead and have some stuff ready to go out while I'm away. So, ideally, when you're working in the woods, there's a couple of tools you're going to want, and some are better than others, and some have different and better purposes and uses than others. So when it comes down to it, what I'm comfortable with for what I do in the woods, for what I do with bushcraft, are these three tools, which is a small axe, a small bushcraft knife, and a folding saw. The folding saw is a new addition. It used to be the machete. I was a plain and simple machete guy, but after messing around with this Corona saw for a few weeks now, I've been converted. I think I can do way more, way quicker, with way less energy with this Corona saw than I can with a machete. So, ideally, you're going to be using your folding saw for getting wood, preparing yourself blocks of wood for processing. Now, something like this size right here, you can cut through in just a matter of seconds with exerting pretty close to no energy whatsoever, which is kind of awesome. You can get that done, get it out of the way, and then you have pieces of wood to work with. Whether you're carving spoons, whether you're, maybe making a fireboard, whatever, dry wood, green wood, the saw works really good. You just want to make sure you get one with medium teeth. That way you can use it for green wood and for seasoned wood. And something, 8 to 10 inches is pretty perfect, pretty packable, pretty lightweight. And that's going to be your start. That's going to help you take down limbs off of dead trees for collecting firewood and for your projects as well. Maybe you're making a shelter. If you're making a shelter out of green wood, fantastic. You can do a lot more with a saw than you can swinging a machete around, and it's also the safest option. Number two, a small axe. I think anything between an 18 and a 24-inch handle is really good and packable, and also between a 1.5 to a 2.5 pound head. Something you can use one-handed if need be, but also use two-handed. Something that you can use for taking down and felling small trees, splitting firewood, all kinds of camp tasks that you would use, as well as this is something you can also use for processing game. If you are hunting deer or something like that, you have to quarter it up to take it out of the woods. An axe is a really good tool to have. Plus, you can also use it for other chores. If you're making camp furniture, if you're making chairs, shelters, things like that, notching wood, really, really important tool. And lastly, the bushcraft knife. A small 4 or 5 inch knife with a good standy grind, good quality steel. This is something that's going to get you done. Whether you're cutting paracord, preparing dinner that you caught, you caught yourself a nice trout, or you're carving by the fire, preparing a shelter, anything, this is a tool that's going to fit you for pretty much near anything. I'm sure you can baton with a knife, and you can take down limbs, and there's a lot of things you can do with a knife. I try to stick and keep the knife to its basic uses, which is carving wood, preparing meals, things like that. I don't go too crazy. I kind of feel like these are what the other tools are for. Yes, it can do it in an emergency, it can do it in a pinch, but I believe use an axe for what an axe is for, use a saw for what a saw is for, and use a knife for what a knife is for. And that brings you to the trifecta, the three tools that can get done pretty much everything you need in the woods. Shelter, campfire, preparing game, hunting, making things, spoons, spatulas, camp chairs, you name it. You're going to be able to pretty much do anything you want with these three tools, and as you get good with them, you'll be able to do it very efficiently. So I think those are your three, and you don't have to spend a fortune, guys. Right here on the table is about $100, and you can have a really good high-quality bushcraft setup. You got the Husqvarna Woodworker's Axe, really good bushcraft axe. You can do some light felling, you can limb, you can split firewood, all those small tasks, very perfect for it, but it's also a really good carving axe. This Real Steel by Boker, good D2 steel, really impressed with it for the money, $40. Oh yeah, by the way, the Husqvarna I got for 40, typically it's around 50 though. And then this Corona saw was about 20. Sometimes you can find them at like Lowe's for like 17. So you're talking maybe $100, $110, and you got yourself a killer setup that's good for a beginner, works for everybody, and you can only go up from there. Of course, you can go and spend $150 on a custom bushcraft knife. You can go and spend $200 on a Grand Fours or you know, even up to 60, 80 bucks on some of these nice silky saws. But you don't have to. You can start very basic, learn them, and these are good quality tools. You can buy quality for cheap, and you can buy good quality stuff on a value price and still get away with doing quite a bit with it. Even the possibilities are endless. And with these three tools, there pretty much isn't anything around the camp that I can't do.